Good morning. We're outside again measuring how long the Canon R5 can go recording in 4K 120. The temperature is currently 47 degrees Fahrenheit, which puts it right around 8 or 9 degrees Celsius. I told you it's pretty chilly. It's September, it's only September the 6th, and we're already below 10 degrees Celsius. That's pretty nippy. I wasn't kidding you, when we get to October, we can expect snow. So this is a little bit colder than yesterday when I was measuring to see how far 4K 60 would go. And as you can tell by my speech, it's so cold my mouth is starting to freeze. Based on some of the comments I got yesterday, looking at 4K HQ and 4K 60, seeing how long they would go. With 4K HQ, I got about 2 hours. With 4K 60, I got 46 minutes before it went to overheat warning mode. A lot of viewers were very happy to hear that, wow, we can get usable record times. But the key message here is not that we can record in 4K HQ for up to 2 hours or 4K 60 in almost an hour, or in 4K 120, whatever this is going to end up being. The real message here is when the ambient temperatures are cooler, the actual record times are significantly higher than what Canon advertises. As soon as we crossed the 7.5 minute mark, guess what happened? I was not expecting this at all. As soon as we crossed the 7.5 minute mark, movie recording stopped. Let's bring that back up again. That movie recording stopped. So let's see if I can reset and keep going. Maximum record time has been reached. So this seems to be predetermined. Let's record again. Okay, so we're recording again. So I lost about 30 seconds because I was getting the phone ready to start recording this. So the recording limit for 4K 120 is arbitrarily set. It's 7.5 minutes. It has no bearing on temperature whatsoever. As you can see, we're coming up to 7 minutes on our second session. So we've been outside here recording in 4K 120 for about 15 minutes. We've already recorded 7.5 minutes in one session, and we're on our second recording. And we're just about to hit 7.5 minutes. And what'll happen is once we hit 7.5 minutes, the camera's going to stop automatically because it's a record limit and not an overheat limit. So let's see that happen right here. Keep the timer in the frame. I'm trying to do this so that nobody thinks or can say Simon's using edits and effects to get this result. There we go. You can see that movie recording stopped. So I'm going to go over here and press the record button again. And now you can see we're recording again. So this is our third. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's cold out here. It's 47 degrees or about 8-9 degrees Celsius. And we're on our second recording. So third recording. Yeah, I'm trying to do too many things at once here, and my brain is not very good at multitasking. I like to do one task at a time. So let's summarize a bit. I came out here, it was around 7:45 to 8 o'clock in the morning, 47 degrees, the temperature hasn't changed. It's 47 Fahrenheit, not Celsius, both are possible, which makes it about 8-9 degrees Celsius. So I recorded 7.5 minutes of 4K 120, then the camera stopped and I thought, that can't be, it couldn't have overheated, and it didn't. It's a record limit. So I recorded another 7.5 minutes of 4K 120, and guess what? It stopped again, you just saw that. And now here we are On our third recording, 4K 120. This is quite remarkable. I'm actually kind of stunned by this. This takes me back to Friday when I was recording in 4K HQ. I got to 46 minutes and there was no sign of an overheat, and there's no sign of an overheat right now. Well, I'm not really too surprised by this, but here we are. We're coming up to another 7.5 minutes. This is my third session, and we're now at 6.5 minutes of my third session of 4K 120. That's quite remarkable. No sign of an overheat warning at all yet. No sign at all. This is quite impressive. I'm wondering how far we can actually get. What this is beginning to make me believe, guys, is that when we actually do get to really cold weather, which this is, but I'm talking like a daytime high of 10 degrees Celsius or about 50 degrees Fahrenheit, this might effectively give us unlimited recording times on the R5. That's what I'm going to be testing here. It's not cold enough right now to do this, but I'm going to test whether we can get unlimited recording in all the overheat modes as we get into the fall. Here we go. It's going to stop recording again. There we go. We're getting up to 7.5 minutes. It'll stop very shortly now. It's stopped, right? Now let's just show you. You can see there, that's 4K UHD 120 frames per second. All right, let's start recording again for our fourth session. So we've been outside recording for about 24 minutes. I have had short breaks between each clip. But essentially, if you're out in the field, yeah, we're getting about 24 minutes of continuous recording with just those breaks in between to start and stop. And no overheat warning at all, as you can see.
All right, let's do a quick recap. This morning, right around 8 o'clock, I recorded a bunch of clips in 4K 120. It was 47 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 8 or 9 degrees Celsius. I recorded for 7.5 minutes, and then the camera automatically shut off. That's when Canon's record timer kicked in. It's got nothing to do with heat whatsoever. So I recorded again. Again, I got 7.5 minutes before the camera automatically kicked off. So I did it again. Third time, again, I got 7.5 minutes and the camera automatically kicked off. Not one time did the overheat warning come on. So I tried for a fourth time, and after 2 minutes it kicked off. No, it wasn't because it overheated. The camera kicked off because I'd completely filled up my 325 gigabyte CF card. And that's part of the story I'm trying to tell here. I could have kept recording, I could have formatted the card and kept recording to see how long it would go in a typical Mythbuster style, led by Adam Savage. But I really didn't see the point of that. You see, this is about the ordinary filmmaker, and to some degree, even pros, using the camera for wedding or other event photography. You see, when this camera is in a cooler environment, such as 10 degrees Celsius or about 50 degrees Fahrenheit, it seems to be able to record unlimited, other than those nasty little record times, which, please Canon, get rid of those. So I'd be willing to speculate that yes, you could record unlimited in these modes if the temperature's cool enough. And I'm talking fall temperatures. I'm talking about the climates of much of Northern Europe, Northern Asia, Canada, for 3 seasons of the year. Now, in hot tropical climates, this isn't going to help you out at all. And even in those aforementioned climates, guess when most weddings take place? So if you're a wedding and event photographer, I'm not so sure that this is going to really help you out. But for the ordinary filmmaker, doing fun and gun, as I like to call it, or run and gun work, shooting your family, friends, that kind of stuff, vacations, I think this is going to be more than enough. But this is an awful lot of money for a camera where you can't really record enough 4K 120 or 4K 60, 4K HQ, and take photos at a summer wedding event. So we'll just have to see how the firmware updates from Canon change this a little bit more, because there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to record more in the summer heat. Or what about inside? Now, if you're inside, that's different. What if there's a breeze? Anything that can help keep the camera cool. Now, breeze will help. It'll help dissipate the heat. But Definitely what I'm seeing with firmware 1.1 in cooler temperatures, we're able to more than exceed by huge multiples what Canon states. All right, now I've got something else to talk to you. You might have noticed my microphone looks a little different. I've got what is, well, they normally call these dead cats, but this looks more like a dead hamster. It's not a hamster, it's not a mouse, it's not even part of a cat. I just got a package in the mail today. And I know it's Sunday, but I got a package, DHL, God love them, delivers on a Sunday, and I got 2 products to test out. And they're both Synco, and this is actually a Synco lav mic. Now this morning I used the Tascam lav mic, and I'm still using the Tascam base unit, but the microphone itself is a Synco. And I'm really kind of shocked at the price of these things. I was looking online, I'll put this up later, but I think they're around like $30 US or so. And so I thought, what a better way to test out the quality. I did do a mic check before I recorded, so there's definitely audio. But I'm curious to see if you can tell much of a difference between the Tascam and the Synco. Now this is not a formal review, I just want to show you some of the gear I got. I'm going to be working with these microphones over the next, I guess, week or two, and then after about 2 weeks I'm going to do a formal review of this lavalier mic, and also this as well. Look at this. They also sent me a shotgun. And this is also a Synco. It's the Mic M3. Again, you can get these on B&H and other sites, Amazon. And again, this is much cheaper than what I've got currently on my camera, which is the Video Mic Pro, which does really good. And I've got a dead cat on that one. I picked that up today. I was doing Henry's local camera shop interviewed me. And while I was there, I thought I'd pick up a dead cat, so that way I don't have to worry about the wind muffling the audio. So when I do these outdoor sessions, we should get much better audio. And it should also help muffle, yeah, like you hear that in the background, tools going on. It shouldn't be really annoying. I can down the audio level for that channel, and it just becomes part of what it's like to film in your backyard. Remember, I'm the ordinary filmmaker. I'm not the extraordinary or pro. These are some of the things we encounter when we're filming, and if you can use them to your advantage. Now they're going crazy. When I first set up and started shooting, it was like, and then 10 minutes would go by, you'd hear some of them cut something, then it'd be quiet. And now it's just going completely nuts and insane. So anyhow, just a quick recap here. This is some of the gear that I'm testing out right now. So this is the Synco lav mic, which is hooked into my Tascam. And what you'll notice here, there's an awful lot of cable here. And what this is designed to do, I thought it was actually using, I forgot the other connection, the one with the 3 pins. I thought it was going to use that adapter, but no, this will actually go right back into the camera and you can record directly into the camera. But I like recording multiple audio sources, so that's why I'm recording into the Tascam. I trust the R5 with the dead cat to pick out more of the ambient full body sounds, which I usually drop by 6 to 8 decibels. And I trust the lav mic to capture my voice, so even if there's tools going on in the background or if there's a lot of wind, and there's nothing right now, or if you've got neighbors that are having a good time, it should be able to record me without it being too annoying for you guys. But what do you think? What do you think of this Synco lav mic? Is the quality pretty good? I haven't applied any audio filters to the beginning part of the video when I was shooting with the Tascam mic or now. And to be honest with you, for the past couple of weeks, I haven't been using any audio filters whatsoever. I'm pretty happy with my audio coming out of the mic as it is. So I haven't changed any settings in the Tascam recording unit itself. And another reason why I like to have multiple audio sources is, let's say the battery in that unit dies or the battery in this unit dies, I've at least got some audio, and then in post I can determine whether I want to continue with the audio with one of them dying or if I want to re-record. So what do you think? What do you think of these recording times in cooler temperatures? Does this make a difference for you? Or not really, because you do a lot of work in the summer and you need more than 30 minutes of record time, and you also need to be able to take photos and get at least 30 minutes of record time. But let me know in the comment section down below. Oh, one other thing I wanted to mention too. I'm not recording this in C-Log, I'm recording it in 8-bit. And one of the reasons I'm doing that, I want to test, I'm having a bit of problems color grading. And what I think is going on, because if you notice my lips in the video that I recorded early, or that I put out Sunday morning, at the beginning of the video, the color looks pretty good, but then you notice as it moves on, my lips look bluish. And I'm trying to figure out, is this me or is it the camera? And I've been fighting it in post, trying to figure out what's wrong. and it could actually be this guy right here. I have been told that when it's cold, my lips turn blue, and people say, what's wrong? Your lips are purple or your lips are blue. I've never seen it myself. By the time I go look in a mirror, I'm going, I look fine. But I notice sort of towards the edge of my lips, not at the top, it has a sort of a bluish tinge to it. And I've had this throughout my life. So I'm recording in 8-bit. I want to see if there's any difference. Now I'm not really cold right now. It's 71 degrees. Now it's windy. I'm wearing pants. I'm wearing a shirt, although I'm wearing nothing underneath it. So it feels a little cool. But I want to test this out to see if it's actually me or if it's the camera. So I don't want to blame the camera for difficulty grading when, you know, it's the ordinary filmmaker. And that's part of what this channel's about. It's about learning as I go. One person earlier today said, well, the more you do this, you're going to become less of an ordinary filmmaker and more like a pro. And there's obviously a chance that the more you try at something, the better you get, well, the better you get. But that doesn't mean my audience and my scope and all that's going to change. I'm still going to aim all my videos at the ordinary filmmaker, even if I start to become a little bit more experienced. And this is one of those things that I've been learning is grading log footage. And I've got to see if my lips are turning purple. Now, if it is my lips and they're turning purple, well, there's a simple solution to that. A lot of people, when they go in front of the camera, they actually do apply makeup. And I could try some color neutral lipstick to put on to stop them from turning blue, because I know, laughing, chuckling, and all that, but the last thing you want to do is have blue lips or purple lips, because then people start to think, okay, well, your shirt's bleeding into your lips, or the color matching's all wrong, or what's the R5 doing colors? I don't want to blame the camera for something that's clearly not the camera's fault, so I'm going to watch that a little bit more. But that's it for now. Guys, thank you so much for watching The Ordinary Filmmaker, for commenting, for engaging. If you would like a chance to win the Canon EOS R5 and you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to have your chance at entering to win the Canon EOS R5 camera. It can be a brand new one, not the one I've got. All you have to do is subscribe and that's it. Now, I did put out a video, which I'm going to flash up in the top here. Go ahead and watch that video. I give all the details, any restrictions that are involved, and in the description of that video, it has the full legalese that lawyers say has to be there, because there are some areas of the world I can't give the camera to. There's some ages I can't give it to. Although there's a workaround, I can give it to the parents of a person who meets that age limit. And it's mostly 13, but it can be older depending on the country you're in, because the country will quite often, like here in Canada, Quebec has much stiffer rules on contests. So I have to abide by those laws. I'm not here to circumvent any nation's laws. But that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching The Ordinary Filmmaker. We'll see you again soon.